The string class has really many methods that you should learn about them. There are a lot of them. Today I'm going to highlight some of them that I think the most important in terms of the literature, like in terms of the usage in practice. But I would advise you come back in the future and try to learn about all of them. Let's start with the first fundamental information is all of these methods will never change the content of the string itself. Why? Because the string is immutable. So all of these functions will have to return something for us. The .lower function convert a string to all lower letters. .upper will convert all of them to all upper letters. Is lower, is upper will check if all of it lower, all of it upper. Is decimal will check if the number is from 0 to 9. And is digit also have a very similar meaning. Is digit, is decimal, is numeric are very close, but they are tricky. You have to read the documentation of them. For now, is decimal will be good enough to check if number from 0 to 9, for example. Starts with and ends with. Starts with will check if this string is a prefix here. For example, do I start with ABC? Yes, true. Do I start with ABC D capital? No. The end with is very similar. It check if the string here is a suffix, if it ending with it or not. Sorry for that. The find function will return the lowest index that exists as part of the function. For example, if you provided BC, where is it in the string? There is a BC here and BC. The lowest one is at index starting at index 1. If you ask it to find something that doesn't exist, the find will return a -1. The rfind is finding but from the reverse, from the back. So finding BC this time will return the starting index here for us. Now there is also the index function. The index function is exactly like the find function, but if the if the string doesn't exist, it will throw an error and the program will be shut down. So this is the difference between them. The count is like the normal count. If you ask it for a counting high, then high exists 3 times. You might ask, what if the something like AA, how many times will it be printed? Will it take the first AA, second AA, third AA? No, it will cut the first AA, then count after it. So overall there are 2 AAs in the string. Is space. This is a bit tricky. You might think that space is just like a space like that, but in general space is what we call a white space, which is more than just this space. A white space here can involve in Python the space, the \n and \t. So all of them are spaces. There is a very amazing function named strip. The function strip will remove for you all of the spaces like that before the string and in the end of the string. For example, if you wrote here, you notice here there is a \n \t, and after the string there is a \t. If you strip it, you will find it have a hello output. Notice that if there are more spaces but in between words, they will not be removed. Only the early, like any white space in the begin and any white space in the end only. There is also left strip and right strip if you would like to strip only from a specific side. The replacement function is a very strong function. You provide it with a string to search for and a string to replace with. Every string that matches high will be replaced with a string of most. For example, here this is a high and high. Both of them will be replaced with most word. The split method. The split method is a great method. We already used it before. We'll talk about it in a few slides. It simply split it to the items after removing the this initial white space and all of these extra spaces. It will just get rid of all of them and get the items here. There is also the split lines. Split lines will split based on the \n, so we will get a list of the items here. Let's dig in the split method in more details. The split method by default split based on spaces, so it will find all of the spaces and get rid of all of them and just split. So here \n, \t are all spaces. They will all be removed and remain the word Hey and Mustafa will be split based on this space, so you will have that here. Again, let's say you have some space here, couple of spaces here, and Mustafa, Saad, Mustafa, Ibrahim. When you split that, then where are the spaces? Here and here and here. So this will be split to 3 items only. If you try to provide a different split string, for example, split by comma. Now, where are the commas? Here is 1 comma, another comma. So the split will happen based on that. So this would be 1 string, 2nd string, 3rd string. You can also split based, say, character A. Where are the A's? Here is an A, and another A, and A, and A. As you see, all of these positions where we have A will be considered as split positions. As you see, the tricky difference between these splittings and the default split will be the same for any white space. Like this bunch of white spaces will be considered as one item together. But here, for example, you will notice that when we have couple of A's, this actually was an empty string. Okay, so be careful about the difference here. If you give an explicit space here, not just the default, which is white space, it is going to split on really specific spaces. Here, in a similar way, if you give comma, then these 3 commas, the first will be used as a split, and this one. So this is the overall result here. So be careful from the difference between the default space, which is actually splitting based on whatever white space existing, even if multiple ones, and the other guys which is using literally every single item to split. And the most common split case we met already is the input function. The input is returning a string, and we use the split it based on all of the white spaces. So we get rid of all the white spaces and make use of it. There is also one more great function, which is the join function. The join function take a string here and join the items based on the given string. For example, let's say let's start with line 7 first. If you have this list of 3 items and wrote join list using this separator, it will join every item, and in between it will put the comma. And this is one of the most common cases for the join function. In a very similar way, if you have an empty string and ask it for a join, it will just concatenate all of them together. Why? Because it put this separator in between. To administrate that more, let's say that we have this string here, this substring. All of these items will be joined, and after every item we will have this guy, this guy, this guy. So overall, the join takes an iterable like list, string, tuple, later dictionary, and set, and they join them with the given string. So here is more examples, S1 and S2. If you join S1 with S2, every item of S2 will be here after it, and S1 will be added all of it. If you reverse it, it will be like that. So make sure that you understand the usage of split, especially line number 5 and line number 7, which are the most common cases. That's all.